stop telling me to go meet someone in the wild when I go in the wild and someone will be staring at me the whole entire night and won't come say hi? How many more times is that going to happen? How many more times am I going to be in the bar, playing pool, at the coffee shop, on a walk, and I will be staring down another person who is staring me down, smiling across the table, whatever, and you don't come say hi? Oh my gosh. What am I meant to do, you guys? Am I gonna have, like, we always have to make the first move or something? Because, like, oh my gosh.
Women wanted power? Congrats, you got it. Now you're the ones who have to shoot your shot, but the irony is delicious. Now they're whining about it. Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Friend. Do I always have to make the first move? Yes, because you made men too scared to move. You trained them to avoid you.
I want to take this time to honor all those men that have the bravery and courage to go up to a woman, because this week I had two guys come up to me at the gym and tell me that I was attractive, and they were actually cute, I'm not gonna lie, but that's not the point. The point was that when they came up to me, I observed them, because I'm usually that type of person that I like to observe everything. So I realized that as they were talking to me, they were so nervous. I mean, the first guy, his face was like kind of twitching a little bit. I tried to play it off cool, like I had no idea that I didn't notice. And then the other guy, his like hands were shaking. So it's just really funny sometimes to see that. But then it made me realize, like, wow, it must be very tough to really approach someone, especially when you think they're attractive. Like, it must be 10 times harder, and the fear of getting rejected and stuff. So I totally understand why they would be nervous. I'm just so happy that I don't have to go through it. And that's the thing, since I don't have to go through it, I really do respect all those men who do it. So this TikTok is to honor all those men that go up to women and are truthful about their intentions. Like I've said before, it is not my favorite approach. I kind of don't like it. For me, I prefer something a little more like friends, and like when they don't even mention that I'm beautiful or cute or my social media, phone number, nothing. I kind of just like a normal conversation. That's my best approach. However, still, my respect goes out to those men.
Two guys at the gym come up nervous, shaking hands, twitching faces, because of how much pressure society puts on men. And what does she do? Rejects both. Notice she even says, I don't like direct approaches. I'd rather have a guy act like a friend. Translation: she wants to control the dynamic. If a man is bold, he's creepy. If a man is timid, he's boring. Heads, she wins. Tails, you lose.
Finally, my first time getting hit on in Home Depot, and he's not even attractive.
Hi, I'm the man that Schminda817 said was hitting on her at Home Depot. I wanted to come on here and take a moment to clear a few things up. One, ouch. I mean, I'm not Brad Pitt, but I'm not Quasimodo either. And I've got a really good sense of humor. And women keep on saying that the most important thing in a man is a sense of humor. So I got that going for me. B, I wasn't hitting on you. I was asking you if you knew where the screws were. And I can see with the benefit of hindsight how that might have come off as hitting on you. But I was legitimately just looking for a screw. All right. Hope that clears things up. Have a great day.
This is another reason men won't approach, because women nowadays misinterpret everything. A normal "excuse me" becomes "he was hitting on me." A genuine question turns into TikTok content. Men are tired of being background characters in women's self-absorbed stories.
Okay, so I have a theory that the men on Hinge are actually weird and have no game, and that's why they're on the apps, because they feel more comfortable talking behind a computer than approaching you in real life. Because like 9 out of 10 times I don't even think I've been on 10 Hinge dates, but like my point to say 90% of the time I've gone on like a Hinge date, I feel like the person is like very weird, or just like on the nerdier side at least. And they don't have that kind of suave, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the crowd on the apps are generally the guys that have trouble approaching women in real life. Because the men that I've gotten approached by in real life are usually cooler than the ones I've met on apps. Or at least know how to approach women. Like, they might not be the best looking, but they have the game, as in like they can come up to you, oh my gosh, hey, what's up, blah blah blah. Like, they might not be like Mr. Brad Pitt or anything, but like they have enough confidence and enough game to approach you. Does that make sense? Where I feel like the app are the guys that never would come up to you at a bar. Does that make sense.
The truth is, dating apps are a disaster for women who aren't top 10%. Why? Because apps expose brutal market dynamics. Women swipe right on the top 5 to 10% of men and ignore the rest. Then they complain the men are weird, boring, or socially awkward. But guess what? That's the pool you created. You ignored the middle guys, the decent, normal men. Now you're stuck with creeps or playboys.
She says no. No, sorry, I'm not interested. What's the worst case scenario at that point? What happens? What happens? Do you shrink an inch? Do you lose? Like, does your hairline recede an inch? Does money like fall out of your bank account? What happens? Please. So I have minus 1,000 aura. No, that's not a thing. The aura is lost, okay? And if she says yes, how much aura is gained? Please. You'd rather hold your dignity? You ain't holding no lady in your bed because you scared you holding your dignity because you ain't getting no play if you not approaching nobody. Just say have a nice day with a smile and walk off. Thank you, Sancho. Yes, exactly.
Nice speech. But she's ignoring the reality of 2025 dating. Men don't just lose nothing when rejected. They risk public humiliation, they risk screenshots, they risk reputational damage, some even risk false accusations. The risk is not symmetrical. If a woman approaches and gets rejected, she shrugs it off. If a man approaches and gets rejected, he risks becoming meme content for her and her friends. That's why men aren't approaching. Because in the modern dating market, rejection is weaponized. These 5 clips paint a perfect picture of modern dating. Women are desperate for male attention, but they set the rules so that men can't win. If men don't approach, women cry that men are weak and unmasculine. This is male legion, where reality hits harder than a talk breakup. Cheers.